Hello friends, welcome back to Phenomenal Me. My name is Minnelle and thanks for joining. So if it's your first time here, this is my channel where I share my Black experience and promote positivity. So thank you for coming and I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth into an Instagram post that I posted. It's by Petriana Jones. I think that's how she says it. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But she goes over 10 questions that every Black person asks at some point in time in their life. And it resonated with me so much and with others. So I just kind of want to go into it a little more on YouTube. So here's the first one. The first one is, if I wear my hair naturally, will it affect my ability to get the job? I'm paraphrasing some of her questions. But for this one, I can think back to so many experiences. I think I talked about one of them before, where in my job, I was hired with perm straight hair, and then I put in kinky twists. They looked very professional. They were beautiful. I paid good money to get them done, and they pulled me aside. My manager pulled me aside and asked me not to put my hair like that anymore because I don't look like, the rest of the staff. So I know after being in jobs, I know that question when you've got your hair looking fun and awesome, and then you realize you have an interview coming and you've got to rush to change it to try to code switch. I remember doing this even when I was traveling. I was with my friend and we were in Istanbul, and I just felt like I stood out so much, and I was trying to do what I could to blend in more. I was just, you just get tired. Maybe you don't know, but it gets to a point for me where I'm just tired of people staring. I'm tired of standing out. And so I tried to wrap my hair, because at the time I had locks too. So I tried to wrap my hair so I wouldn't stand out as much. And it looking back, I'm like, what do you think? They couldn't see your skin? That's not gonna help. But it becomes too much, too tiring. So yeah, I remember that from that example. So number 2, is this person open to dating Black people? So if you've seen my Dating While Black video, I kind of touch on this a little bit on Tinder and swiping and only getting responses from Black people. But I would venture to say that I use this question for every race, including Black men. Are they open to dating a Black woman? And I hate that I have to question that, because I don't think that everybody even has that in their mind. So yeah, there's that. Number 3, how did I just become the voice for all Black people in the room when you're forced to answer questions relating to stereotypical questions about aspects of Black culture? Oh my goodness. So I'm basically forcing myself to do that with this channel, but this is something I'm choosing to do. I can think of so many times where I was, you're in a classroom. Oh my goodness, in school, this is probably the biggest example. So when you're in school and there's an example and it's a Black person in the example, and your teacher directs everyone to you and everybody's looking at you to answer this question. I was just reading a book, and the little girl, she was biracial or maybe multiracial. Either way, she looked Black. So they were doing something, and one of her classmates asked her, well, what are you? And she didn't know how to answer the question because she's biracial. She's like, I don't know. And it just ended up being all of the classmates looking at her until she felt so defeated. She just put her head down and was like, I don't know what to say, and I just want this all to end. And it's the worst, but I can completely understand how she felt. When you're put in a position where you have to speak on behalf of your entire race. And you can't, because not all Black people think, act, believe the same things. Okay, sorry, I don't want this to be too long. I can't do it. So, why am I being treated as though, number 4 is, why am I being treated as though I got this opportunity because of affirmative action? And that, it's a terrible feeling to feel as though you've worked so hard to get and achieve your position, and still you're being looked down upon and treated as though you didn't earn it. Now, I know when we were growing up, our parents used to tell us you have to be twice as good to even get the same opportunity as a white person. Being brought up with that in our minds, it's like you constantly have to continue to work to prove yourself. When in reality, we earned our spot just like everybody else. So there's that. Number 5, Googling, how are Black people treated in said country? I absolutely have done that many times. I will not go certain countries. I won't go back. I remember I went to Australia, and when I came back, I said, you could give me a free ticket and I would never go back there again, because I had such a hard time. I've never experienced racism like that in my life. And if I'm going to go and spend my money in your country, you better believe I need to be treated with respect. So yes, we all Google that. And I keep speaking to these countries. If you want our dollars, you have to treat us properly. Next. Okay, number 6. Should I even purchase from this store anymore while this worker keeps following me and treating me like I'm a criminal? I think we talked about this in one of the videos before as well. And in the beginning, we have so many different responses. It'd be just leave. Some people will just leave. Now I'm definitely more confrontational. So I will, not confrontational as in fight, but I will speak to what you're doing and challenge you as to why. So now I'll be speaking to the coworker and to the boss, just to let everybody know that this is no longer acceptable. So will I still buy from you after I spoke to both of you? I guess it depends on how they respond. So should I speak up at work, or will I be seen as the angry Black person? Now, this one applies to the workplace and everywhere else. And I love the fact that we're now I am seeing a change within my community. I'm seeing a change just in general, where we are speaking up more. We're speaking up when people are saying racist things. We're speaking up when we're being marginalized. We're speaking up when we're being silenced. And if I seem like an angry Black woman, I'm allowed to be displeased when something happens, the same way that a white man is able to say, I don't like that this happened to me, you know? So I like that I'm no longer concerned about perceptions, being perceived as an angry Black woman. If that's what you see, that's what you see. I hope that you will see the full situation and what has me speaking up as well. Next, am I a token Black friend used to prove that my friends aren't racist? Now, I don't have this with my friends specifically. I'm very thankful for that. I've had this in work situations, or I guess work extensions. You know, when people are so bold, I hope that they don't make these jokes anymore, but I'd be going out with some coworkers and they'll be like, okay, good, you come because you're going to give us some Black cred. You know, like, say what now? Who? So if you don't want to hang with me because of who I am in general, then I'm not going out with you just to give you Black cred by being there. So that's kind of more where I've seen that. Or for me, again, it just keeps coming to work for me. But I've been used as the token in a work situation. They're Black, they're mad, you're Black, so go. You're going to calm them down just by being Black. No. Unfortunately, yes, they might relate. We might be able to communicate with some commonalities, but I'm not going to dissolve their anger just by being Black. Doesn't work that way. Number 9, where are the history books of my ancestors prior to slavery? Every single Black History Month, I say this. Well, I think it if I don't say it out loud. Because I hate that Black history in what we had in society to this point starts with slavery. And I'm like, excuse me. There were Black people way before slavery. They were the kings, the queens, our ancestors are like, I want to know my full history. It doesn't start and end with a few years. So yes, every Black person asked that question. Yes, and I love that we are now trying to find more of our history. Like I went to the Knowledge bookstore this summer and I picked up a book on, Black history or Black Canadians, to find some of our Canadian Black history and what that was. So yeah, Here's to the Black history makers who are doing it even right now. Keep going. Last one, number 10. Will it do more harm than good to call the police? And that is a touchy, full one right now. And it's true, because in every situation when I question if I need to call the police. And I don't like that. I want to be able to just say, here's the situation, I need help, call. But I can't. I have to question whether the police officer in this case will do more harm than good. You can't hear all these things. You can't hear all these stories and know first account stories and not have that in your mind. So I'm looking forward to the day when society for a Black person can be full, whole, and where I can just exist without feeling as though I need to think, constantly be on guard, constantly be thinking, rather than just existing and living freely. That's it. So those are 10 questions that Black people have to ask everywhere, all the time. Thanks for watching. Here's to a normalized world. Right? Okay, guys, take care.